Attention passionate Cleveland, BROWNS. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Cleveland Browns' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Cleveland, BROWNS. Let's get to the news. The Cleveland Browns are facing a pivotal point right now, a crossroads that could define the team's future for years to come. As the 2025 season winds down, it's crystal clear that no one within the Browns organization, not even the players on the roster, seems to have a solid grasp of what's coming next. The atmosphere is tense, the stakes are high, and the mood among fans is a mix of frustration, concern, and hope for a turnaround. But what's truly shocking is how uncertain everything has become, especially with the current state of the team and the looming question marks over coaching, management, and player futures. At the center of this storm is head coach Kevin Stefanski, a guy who's been both praised for his leadership and criticized for his recent results. This season, the Browns have been underperforming in a big way, and their recent loss at home to the Tennessee Titans, a team with just one win coming into that game, was a brutal blow. The final score, 31-29, might look close, but it was a game that exposed many issues within the Browns, roster, and coaching staff. It's a game that honestly should have Browns fans worried. Because if they're losing to a team that struggled all season, what does that say about their chances going forward? It's tough to sugarcoat it, but this isn't the kind of performance that inspires confidence, especially when you're fighting for a playoff spot. To give you the full picture, let's start with the obvious. Myles Garrett, the Browns' defensive superstar, is on the verge of making NFL history. With 20 sacks in just 13 games, he's chasing the single-season sack record. That's no small feat, and Browns fans know what Garrett can do on the field. When he's healthy and motivated, he's an unstoppable force, a player who can change a game single-handedly. But even Garrett's individual brilliance can't hide the fact that the team as a whole is struggling. Cleveland is set to miss the playoffs for the 7th time in his 9 seasons, a statistic that's as frustrating as it is revealing. It's a testament to how difficult it's been to get everything right, to build a complete team that can contend year after year. Meanwhile, the rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders, who signed his 4-year deal back in the spring, is already feeling the weight of the NFL. Sanders, a 5th-round draft pick, entered the league with a lot of hype and high expectations. But the reality of the NFL is that nothing is guaranteed, especially for a young QB trying to find his footing. When asked about his future on Wednesday, Sanders kept it real, saying, "You don't know what could happen. I just go in here, enjoy my day, work hard, do everything I can, and if I'm here, I'm here. If I'm not, I'm not." That kind of honesty shows he's aware of how tough this league is and how uncertain his spot really is. For Browns fans, that's both inspiring and nerve-wracking. It's a reminder that the team's future isn't set in stone and everything hinges on what happens this offseason. And that's where Kevin Stefanski comes into focus. As the head coach, he's been the biggest domino in the room, the guy whose fate could determine the entire direction of the franchise. If he's shown the door in the offseason, that could trigger a cascade of changes, with the general manager Andrew Berry, offensive coordinator Tommy Rees, and defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz all potentially following him out the door. Stefanski, with 2 NFL Coach of the Year honors under his belt, is about to complete his 6th season in Cleveland. But his record, now well below 500, is raising eyebrows. The Browns are sitting at a crossroads, and the decisions made in the coming months will be critical. It's no secret that the quarterback situation is a major factor here. Deshaun Watson, who was brought in to be the franchise guy, is entering the final year of his 5-year, $230 million fully guaranteed contract. Fans and analysts alike are wondering if he can be the player who finally elevates this team to elite status, or if he's already reached the point of no return. The pressure on Watson is mounting, especially as the team's struggles persist. If the Browns miss the playoffs once again, the questions about Watson's future and whether he's the right guy to lead this team will only intensify. But let's not forget that the coaching staff has taken much of the criticism this season. Stefanski, a guy who's always been known for taking accountability, responded to the mounting criticism during a Wednesday press conference. He said, "I think in my position, everything you do that doesn't work will be criticized. That's the nature of this beast. I'll constantly try to do what's best for this football team. Those words, while standard, don't carry the same weight they used to among Browns fans. They've heard similar sentiments before, and unfortunately, results on the field haven't matched the effort or the words. This season, the Browns' special teams have been a disaster. In terms of DVOA, which measures overall performance, Cleveland's special teams unit is on track to be one of the worst in NFL history. They've had costly mistakes, like muffed punts and blocked punts, that have directly impacted games. Against the 49ers, the special teams issues were glaring, and the problems persisted in the game against Tennessee. A near muffed punt early in the game, followed by a late blocked punt that led to points, was a microcosm of the season's struggles. Browns fans are sick of hearing the coach talk about fixing problems in practice, only to see the same mistakes happen game after game. They want to see real accountability and a change in approach, not just empty words. Stefanski's response to criticism has often been measured with him saying, "I think in my position, everything you do that doesn't work will be criticized. That's the nature of this beast. I'll constantly try to do what's best for this football team." But Browns fans are yearning for more than just cliches now. They want real change, real results, and a team that can get back to its winning ways. Looking at the bigger picture, the Browns' current struggles aren't just about one game or one season. It's about a team that has seen promising moments but has often fallen short when it matters most. The offense, led by a talented but inconsistent Deshaun Watson, has shown flashes of brilliance but also moments of stagnation. The defense, with Garrett leading the charge, remains a bright spot, but even they have had lapses. Special teams, as mentioned, have been a huge liability. All of these issues point toward a team that's in desperate need of clarity and direction. Browns fans have been through a lot, and they know that change is often necessary to turn things around. The big question now is whether Stefanski will be retained or shown the door after this season. Recent reports suggest that both the head coach and GM might get another shot at turning things around, given the talent they've accumulated in that promising rookie class. But if the team does decide to move on from Stefanski, it would send shockwaves through Cleveland. Fans already feel a sense of disillusionment, and any coaching change would only amplify those feelings. Still, the reality is that if the Browns want to reach their Super Bowl aspirations, they need to make tough decisions, whether that means sticking with the current staff or bringing in new leadership. The upcoming offseason will be critical. Will Cleveland shake things up and bring in fresh ideas? Will they stick with Stefanski and hope for a better 2026? The answers aren't clear yet, but one thing is for sure. Browns fans are tired of the same old story. They want to see this team finally break through, to see the kind of football that makes them proud, the kind of team that can compete at the highest level and bring a Lombardi back to Cleveland. The talent is there, Garrett, Sanders, and the young core, but they need the right leadership, the right strategy, and a bit of luck to get them over the hump. As we approach the end of this roller coaster season, one thing remains certain. Browns fans will be watching every move, every decision with bated breath. The next few months could define the franchise for years to come. Will they go all in on a rebuild, or will they double down on the current regime and hope for a miraculous turnaround? Either way, the passion among Browns fans remains unwavering. Cleveland is a city that loves its team fiercely, and no matter how tough things get, the hope for brighter days is always alive. So stay tuned, Browns fans. This story isn't over yet. The offseason promises plenty of drama and potential shakeups. The future is uncertain, but one thing is for sure: Cleveland Browns Nation will be watching closely, supporting their team through thick and thin, hoping that someday soon they'll see their team rise again to greatness. And remember, no matter what happens, the pride in the brown and orange runs deep, and we're all in this together. Let's keep the faith, keep the passion alive, and keep pushing forward. The best is yet to come.